From bicycles to buses to groceries and food delivery, Bhavesh Aggarwal has had many failures, and these mistakes have made him the successful entrepreneur that he is today. So let's go through some of these missteps with the original S1 electric scooter kicking off our list. In July of 2021, Ola Electric opened up pre-bookings for the S1 and S1 Pro, but 6 months later, in January of 2022, S1 customers were surprised to see this tweet from Bhavesh Aggarwal. "We're upgrading all our S1 customers to S1 Pro hardware." Essentially, he was saying the S1 would not be shipping as planned, and an email from the company confirmed this, saying a vast majority of customers chose the S1 Pro, and so the company was pushing manufacturing of the standard S1 to late 2022. But the troubled journey of the standard S1 was far from over, because while Ola Electric did end up shipping the S1 at the end of 2022, less than a year later, in July of 2023, Ola Electric would officially retire the standard S1, quietly removing it from their website. Now, around the same time that Ola Electric was beginning to ship the standard S1 electric scooter in September of 2022, they were also gearing up for international expansion. Nepal was the first international market they planned to enter, with a sleek promo video and Bhavesh Aggarwal tweeting about the news from his personal account, and he also mentioned plans to enter Latin America, Southeast Asia, and the European Union, with the next update being Ola Electric showcasing their scooters at the EICMA 2022. News outlets reported that the company would be commencing sales in Europe in early 2023, but it's 2024 now and this hasn't happened. What's more, Ola Electric sales in Nepal appear to be non-existent. When we last checked in with our audience in Nepal, they confirmed that Ola Electric is nowhere to be found. Now, in spite of these missteps, Ola Electric today is a thriving brand. It's India's market leader in the electric two-wheeler segment, but it's worth noting that this wasn't always the case. In fact, there was a point in time in 2017 when Ola Electric's future was uncertain. They started with a pilot program in Nagpur, partnering with Mahindra to introduce electric cabs in the area. The project featured 100 Mahindra E20 Plus cars and 50 charging stations with a 50 crore rupee investment. However, it was ultimately decided that India wasn't ready for mass adoption of electric cars, and so this iteration of Ola Electric was scrapped. Then in 2018, Bhavesh shifted focus with Mission Electric, aiming to put 10,000 electric rickshaws on India's roads. Yet despite this ambitious plan, little progress was made with electric rickshaws and e-rickshaws, and these initial targets were never met. By 2019, Ola had spun Ola Electric out into a separate entity, pivoting the focus to building an EV ecosystem, which included charging infrastructure and battery development. Many of these early experiments with 3- and 4-wheelers didn't pan out, but these setbacks did pave the way for later success with the acquisition of Etergo and Ola Electric's eventual pivot into electric scooters. Now, before Ola Electric, ride-hailing was the industry that Ola was known for, but just like with electric scooters, Ola's cab business had a tough time outside of India. In 2018, Ola Cabs embarked on its international journey. Starting in Australia, the company soon expanded to New Zealand in September of 2018, and then the UK by March of 2019. However, competition in these markets was fierce. By 2023, Ola Australia had slipped into 3rd place behind Uber and Didi, with Uber holding 80% market share in 2023. In the UK, Ola struggled to compete with Uber and Bolt, even though in early 2020 they told the BBC that they were confident they'd be the market leader within a year. And the same story played out in New Zealand, with Uber taking 65% market share by 2022, crowding out smaller players like Ola. In April of 2024, Ola finally gave up, announcing its exit from all international markets, and the reason they gave for doing this was to focus on their electric mobility business in India. But it's also worth noting that even in India itself, Ola was losing market share in the ride-hailing industry, slipping from 1st place all the way down to 3rd behind Uber and Rapido.